My name is Andrew Lanza. I enjoy the honor of representing the people of Staten Island in the New York State Senate. I have an even greater honor to work with my Republican colleagues here in the New York State Senate. Today we want to speak on a subject that really is, I think, one of the most important issues of our time, and that is the erosion of liberty. Ronald Reagan once observed that as government expands, liberty contracts. And sadly, because of one party, leftist Democrat rule here in Albany, we are fast becoming a people controlled by government as opposed to a government controlled by people. And remember, the essence of the American way is limited government and liberty. And sadly, we are seeing that disappearing. You know, the genius of America is that we unleash the genius of our people by allowing them to live free. There are too many on the left who don't subscribe to that theory. And we see it firsthand, tragically and sadly, right here in New York. Think about what is happening across the aisle. Think about what is happening here in New York, led by one-party Democratic control. Think about this budget that is being discussed right here. This budget, I would offer to you, is the enemy of freedom. We see out of control, runaway spending. More accurately put, we see out of control, runaway taking of hard-earned money from New York citizens. We're looking at a budget that increases spending by more than 40% over just a few years ago. Does anyone truly believe that New York is 40% better? Does anyone really believe that New York is 1% better because of all this spending? I would argue the opposite, and I think New Yorkers would agree that the quality of life has eroded here in New York directly and together with the expansion of government. We have a party, the Democrats, who want to infringe upon just about every freedom we enjoy. They want to tell us how to cook our dinner and how to heat our homes. They want to tell us what kind of homes we are allowed to live in. They want to tell us who we must live with in those homes. Does anyone really believe that a kitchen stove, does anyone really believe that a kitchen stove is the enemy of the environment? It's absurd. We know it, my Republican conference and colleagues, we know it for what it is. It's about control of the people. It's about a government who just hates that people live free. Think about what we just all lived through with COVID. Think about how fast, how quickly our Democrat colleagues rushed to control every aspect of our lives here in New York. The failed COVID mandates, which really did not save a single person in New York, destroyed businesses, destroyed education. I mean, it wasn't too long ago. They wanted to tell us that we could not have Thanksgiving dinner with our families. That's how sick, out of control, big government people think. And it's not ending. We see another trend here. Now they are on a march. They want to tell us what words we're allowed to use. If you give them the opportunity, they will take away every freedom you have. We Republicans stand for the idea that when you let people live free and you unlock that genius, the sky's the limit. And that's the American way. So why are we speaking here today about this subject? First of all, because I think New York, unfortunately, is leading the way in the destruction of liberty. We Republicans feel a sense of urgency And why do we feel that sense of urgency? As John Adams once said, liberty once lost is lost forever. Those are the stakes here in New York. You know, our people are being fooled into giving up their liberty. The government will not be so accommodating. Once this government takes the freedom from the people, it will never give it back. And that's why we feel that today, now, is the moment. We've got to take a stand. We've got to stand up for the people we represent back home. Without sounding too corny, we've got to stand up for the American way. We've got to make sure that we live in a country, in a state, where there is limited government and unlimited freedom for its people. That's the America I want to live in. That's the America and the state that my Republican colleagues want to live in. And that is the state that we want to pass to our children, a free state.